Hello everyone! Today we're going to explore a geometric puzzle that, at first glance, looks like it doesn't give us enough information. We're given 3 semicircles placed next to each other and a line segment that is tangent to the 2 smaller semicircles. The length of that segment is 4. The question is, using only this information, can you find the area of the red shaded region? Do you think it's possible? Let's walk through it together, step by step. First, let's rewrite the problem in terms of areas. The red region is exactly what you get when you take the large semicircle and subtract the 2 smaller semicircles inside it. Let the radius of the large semicircle be r, and the radii of the 2 smaller semicircles be x and y. The area of a semicircle is pi times the square of the radius divided by 2. Therefore, the shaded area becomes area of large semicircle minus areas of the 2 small semicircles. If we simplify that expression, we get a very clean formula. Area equals pi over 2 times open parenthesis r squared minus x squared minus y squared, close parenthesis. So now the entire problem reduces to finding the value of r squared minus x squared minus y squared. Once we know that number, the area follows immediately. The key question is, how do we find it from the diagram? Let's go back to the figure. From the point where the tangent segment of length 4 touches the large semicircle, draw 2 additional segments, one to the contact point of the left small semicircle with the large one, and another to the contact point of the right small semicircle with the large one. This construction creates several triangles. Here's an important geometric fact to remember. Any angle subtended by a diameter of a semicircle is a right angle. So the large triangle formed with its top vertex on the big arc is a right triangle. Also, since our given segment is tangent to the 2 smaller semicircles, the radius to each tangency point is perpendicular to the tangent line. That gives us more right angles. In short, we now have several right triangles to work with. Focus on the 2 smaller triangles. Let's call one acute angle in the left triangle alpha, and again, one acute angle in that right triangle beta. In any right triangle, the 2 acute angles add up to 90 degrees. So alpha plus beta equals 90 degrees. On the other hand, considering the right angle of the large triangle, this angle is also equal to alpha. In the same way, this angle in the triangle on the right side is equal to beta. Now we can match the corresponding angles of these 2 small triangles, and we see that they have equal angles pairwise. Therefore, we conclude that these 2 triangles are similar. And when 2 triangles are similar, the ratios of their corresponding sides are equal. That means the ratio of this side in the left triangle to this side in the right triangle is equal to the ratio of this side in the left triangle to this side in the large triangle. From triangle similarity, we obtain 2x over 4 equals 4 over 2y. Cross-multiplying gives a very useful result. X times y equals 4. Keep that, we'll use it shortly. But we still need one more relationship. Look at the diameters along the baseline. The diameter of the large semicircle equals the sum of the diameters of the 2 smaller semicircles. So, 2x plus 2y equals 2r, which simplifies to x plus y equals r. Now square both sides. X squared plus y squared plus 2xy equals r squared. We already know that x times y equals 4. So 2xy equals 8. Substitute that in, r squared equals x squared plus y squared plus 8. Rearranging gives exactly what we were looking for. R squared minus x squared minus y squared equals 8. Perfect. That's the expression from our area formula. Now return to the shaded area. Area equals pi over 2 times, open parenthesis, r squared minus x squared minus y squared, close parenthesis. Substitute 8 for that expression. Area equals pi over 2 times 8 equals 4 pi. And that's the final answer. clean, precise, and entirely geometric. With just a few smart observations and triangle similarity, we arrived at an exact result without any heavy formulas. If you enjoyed this walkthrough and want more problem-solving lessons like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. See you in the next video.